Hey cousins, welcome to Brown Liquor and Bad Ideas.
Welcome, cousins, to this episode of Brown Liquor and Bad Ideas. I'm Cornell Wright, the People's Lobbyist. I welcome you to this session in order to talk about one of the things that's dividing us and making us not as strong as we should be, the United States of America, and that is hate. Cousins, we've had hate in our country for far too long, don't you think? And if you go back and you look at the Constitution and the Preamble, which I read to you earlier on, and let me do that again for you, just to make sure that you're clear and I have a foundation for this conversation with you. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Now, cousins, with that as our preamble and the guiding document for our country, where does hate come into play in that? It doesn't. Hate is wrong. Hate is a divisive, hurtful activity and emotion that we have. Now, we all have the capabilities for hatred, but the question is whether that we use them or exercise them, and particularly against other cousins. Hate is wrong. I did some research for this taping in order to give you a little bit of background, and what a lot of these psychologists have identified throughout the history of time is that hate stems from a perspective of something that someone is projecting on someone else, some other groups of people, etc., that basically is wrong. It starts with lies and inaccuracies or exaggerations leveled toward another group or another people. It starts from a basis of a lie, which is also wrong. And it starts to grow from there, being fed and fostered by other activities and other events, which all are incorrect, and then starts to feed something in someone, so they start having perspectives and feelings about someone that's not right. It's not based on anything correct. And so when I say hate, I'm not talking about rivalry between the crosstown high school or high school in the other part of town, and we really hate them, which is really saying we love to beat them in a competitive athletic contest or in a debate or something. We don't hate your college rivalry. We talk about, well, we hate them, and we have countdown clocks in the locker rooms. I was in a countdown clock in the locker room. And of course, we wanted to do, we wanted to beat our arch rival, which we've had for over 100 and some years in my school. But we don't hate those guys. We don't wish them any ill will. We want them not to be able to participate. We want to beat them at their best because it's a true athletic contest, and in that point in time, we were the victors. That's not true hatred. We've been experiencing true hatred in our country for far too long. It's been supported by, let's not even go through the various reasons or why, but at this point in time in the world, as we look around the world and we see what's going on, do we really need time or do we have the space to hate our cousins? This is our planet. This is our country. Don't we have other competition and other competitors who are trying to divide us? And isn't hate one of those things that drives a wedge between us so that we don't get a chance to come together? Okay, you can start to say, well, I hate you, but that's not, is it really necessary? Is that really something that we have to hold on to? And if you go back to the Christian Judeo faith and you go to Mark, 12:31, for those of you checking, it says what? Love your neighbor. So let's think about this, cousin. For biblical scriptures, if it says love your neighbor and you hate your neighbor, what does that say? You're being contrary. You're going in the wrong direction. Because love is what we need to get through this. Love is what brings us together. If you're coming up with hate, that's wrong. If no one has done anything directly to you, of which there are laws to protect you and to make sure you receive justice as indicated by the Constitution, what is there to hate someone for? If someone gets a job that you didn't get, it wasn't because of them, it was something else that happened. Some set of skills or some determination or something else that caused him to get the job. What you need to do is go figure out what it took for you to get the better job and go make that happen for yourself. More education, more opportunity. If there's something else that you're seeing that's something wrong in the country, the way things are structured, that it's not working, that gives you the opportunity that you feel you need, what? Go and vote and help change those structures. Hating someone and taking violence against someone, and in fact, we've seen enough evidence in our country in the not too distant future, killing someone, killing another cousin because of some lies that you've been seeing or hearing. And unfortunately, cousins, now, because of the internet, it's so easy to use all the various techniques of creating and stemming and fueling hatred that now we have more people who can do that. Now, so here's the flip side. Our Constitution gives us the opportunity of free speech. So for those cousins who feel that way, should they be in a basement, typing out some hateful stuff, or if they're on a corporate executive floor doing the same thing, that is their right. However, cousins, your right is what? Not to listen to it. Don't listen to it. Don't buy into it. Don't fall into that trap. Because what is that trap doing? It's separating us as opposed to bringing us together. So the bad idea is, as a rule of thumb, just look at it and say, gee, is this something that's going to make me come together with my cousins, or is this something that's going to draw us further apart? Because don't lose track, cousins, that we're in a global world. It's United States as part of the global world in this place called the Earth. We all have to participate, we all have to work together, and we have to come together. The words of the Preamble of the Constitution, I think, is one of the best foundations for not only us, but perhaps even for the rest of the world, if in fact we did everything it said it was going to do. Justice, prosperity, domestic tranquility. You got that? You hear hate in any of those words? All right, cousins, look, you know what's right. Don't do it. Why? Because hate is wrong. Any debate? Come on, we can do better than all that. So don't forget, wear your mask, take care of yourselves. When you hear something, cousins, and it doesn't sound right, check it out and find out for sure. Don't fall for the lies. The lies can lead you down a path and start making you think, oh, it's somebody else that did something to you that you don't even know or never heard of before. They didn't do that. They're trying to live their life and be good cousins like the rest of us are. So join that so we become united, so we become stronger, and let's do all the things that the Constitution offered us to make this country the best it can be. You got that, cousins? Take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time.
We are the people.